Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room. And down here in the O room, we have all kinds of strange things as I reshuffle my collection and put it back in reverse alphabetical order. You can see we're starting to fill up. And we've got some exciting stuff coming. We were working on the letter V with interruptions. Because the interruptions, when I just throw these things in bins, there's like a separate area for stuff that was kind of unclassifiable, or at least for me, in my, collecting life. Like, for example, what have we got here? 3 Phase 4 titles. Hair Goes Latin. Hair Goes Latin. Whatever that means. It's Hair Goes Latin and Caribbean Ross. Because I have, and then I've got, Paco Pena, fabulous. Who he is. I could put him under P, but I have my own miscellaneous section because it's not huge, and I sort of know what's in it. Ethel Merman sings Ethel Merman. You'll be swell, you'll be great, you could have the whole world on a plate. Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I guess she did it better than I do. And then we have The Fifth Dimension. Oh my God, I grew up with this. I love this album. The Definitive Collection. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. and they were just fantastic. Fabulous. So I had those things. What category do they go under? I don't know. But they go somewhere around here. I'll just stick them there and I'll know where they are because they're not anywhere else, So let's just leave that there for now. And we'll figure out the rest. But what I really wanted to talk about in this particular blob here of stuff was my wonderful clump of Latin and lounge music. I love this stuff. Now, I wasn't alive in the 50s. I was born in 61. But this is, it's all that era. And I have to say, I don't listen to it all that often, but every so often I sort of go off the deep end and get into it. My favorite of all of those guys from that period, from the late 50s and 60s, was Esquivel. But my Esquivel collection, I have everything that I could get my hands on, is upstairs in the main collection. That's my sort of Latin indulgence. And this other stuff is, some of it's just lounge music. It's that exotic music that, the 50s were so great for this stuff. So let's just go through and see what I have here. I can't really talk about it in detail because it's not stuff that I intellectualize. I know that there are entire departments of musicology now devoted to this stuff. And what can I say? People need things to do with their time academically, but I just listen to it. It's pure tactile indulgence. It really is. So I've got Xavier Cugat, Bread, Love, and Cha-Cha-Cha with Xavier Cugat and Cugat Cavalcade. There's that one. And we've got Cugat Spain and Cugat something or another, something or else. The King Plays Some Aces. What I really got into about this stuff and what really sort of got me is that they all use some of the same tunes and they use classical music as a launching point. For example, this particular album here, The King Plays Some Aces, has the Nutcracker Suite, bits of the Nutcracker Suite, the Danse des Mirlitons from the Nutcracker Suite, that's the Chinese dance, and the Arabian dance. And you've got, of course, Ernesto Lecuona, and they all do the ritual fire dance. That's on here. It's fabulous hearing what these folks do with them. It really is. I just adore it. It's so much fun. This is Arthur Sandoval and the Latin Train. And we've got, Masters at Work, Latin Sounds on Verve, which is really, really fun. And this is all kinds of different people. This is, Dave Pica, the Quartet Très Bien, Herbie Mann, and George Shearing, and it's fabulous. And then we've got, let me put these away. Ooh. Put that stuff down there for now. And we've got, who's this? Les Baxter. Les Baxter's fun. Tamboo. Tiamboo, Les Baxter, his chorus and orchestra, the Oasis of Dhaka, Maracaibo, Tehran. It's all this Havana, all this exotic, quasi-exotic lounge music stuff. And Bongo Party with Les Baxter. You get bonus tracks. So we've got some Les Baxter stuff. There's that one. Then we've got The Colors of Brazil and African Blue, the exotic rhythms of Les Baxter. Most of these things are like double albums, so they're a good deal. One of my all-time favorites, Voodoo. Voodoo's for Chant of the Moon, Desiree, Hindara, Orinoco, Warm Night Wind, Mirage, Voodoo, Jardin de la Noche. Remember that is Jardin de la Noche, I suppose you'd say. Tambuku, You, Paradise, and finally, last but not least, Enchantment, which they should have called Encantamento, but it was for an American 1950s audience. That might have been pushing it. And then we've got Kirby Allen, Spellbinding Primitive Rhythms by Chano, Percussion Genius of Africa, Africana and Beyond. Oh my goodness. We've got Chano Exoticana, Chano Rock and Rollana, and Chano Africana. Yay! Bongo Serenade, Jungle Drums. That's a Morton Gould disc too, Jungle Drums. So we've got those. And this is another bongo conga thing here. Candido. There it is, featuring Al Cohn, bongist. He's a bongist. He plays the bong or whatever. And so we got that. Right. So those go there. And then, oh God, yes, I love these too. We have Arthur Lyman. Arthur Lyman was really great. Arthur Lyman was one of those Hawaiian exotic things. The luau music, that kind of stuff. We have Pearly Shells. Yeah, Pearly Shells. And Hawaiian Sunset, which is just like, we've got these things in Ke Kalu, Ne Ao, and Imi Ayo U, Le Ui Ui, and Sweet Leilani, and Blue Hawaii, and all this stuff. And we've got, oh goodness, Taboo 2. I wonder what happened to Taboo 1. Oh, Taboo 2, T-U. That's how it's spelled. The Moon of Manukura, Jungle Fantasy, Return to Paradise, He Lily High Low, High Lily High Low. Oh yeah, that one. A Song of Love is a sad song. High Lily, High Lily, High Low. You know that, right? Okay. And then we've got Lays of Jazz. Lays, as in, the flower things you wear when you go to visit Hawaii. Gypsy in My Soul, The Lullaby of Birdland, Hawaiian style. Taboo. There's always a taboo. The suppressed or repressed sexual innuendo of America in the 1950s. I mean, what could be more fun than that, really? It's just beyond delightful. And Yellow Bird, high up in banana tree. There's Yellow Bird. Oh my God, the first track is Hava Nagila. I mean, these guys were all Jewish, of course. A lot of them were. Hava Nagila. Yeah, right. Hava Nagila. Hava. Along with Andalusia and Granada and September Song. And, and then, you've got Ravel's Bolero. The classical bits thrown in. I mean, this is eclecticism at its absolute best. All reduced to the same level of well, some might say tastelessness, but I don't consider it that at all. Just, at a level where it's all just one universal schmooze. It's phenomenal, phenomenally wonderful. And after Arthur Lyman, we have, of course, oh my goodness, we have Martin Denny, the exotic sounds of Martin Denny, another quasi-exotic, with these scantily clad women things on the cover. Quiet Village and the Enchanted Sea. Beyond the Reef, Firecracker, Martinique, My Little Grass Shack in Hawaii, Cha-Cha-Cha. Yeah, Tune from Rangoon, Stranger in Paradise, which of course is by Borgen. Then we have Exotica. We have Exotica 2. There's Exotica 1 and Exotica 2. So that's like cool. And then we've got Hypnotique and Exotica 3. These things never end, evidently. Chinese Lullaby, Voodoo Dreams, scimitar, American in Bali, Japanese Sandman. I mean, it was anything that wasn't from Dubuque. That was exotic back in the 1950s. Forbidden Island, Goonie Birds and Exotica and Little China Doll and Bali High from South Pacific, and Buddhist Bells and Flamingo and Bangkok Cockfight. Not to mention Dites-moi, which is also from South Pacific. Dites-moi pourquoi la vie est belle. You know that, right? And then Aphrodisia. Look at that, I love the title. Aphrodisia. Yes, side one, Tsetse Fly, Machumba, Jungle Drums, Cubano Chant, Baya, Swamp Fire. Oh, yes. I just love this stuff. So that's my lounge music, exotic sounds, fabulous 50s collection. I mean, there's tons of this stuff. There's tons and tons and tons of it, and others of you may have more. But, I keep that. Some of you have said, why are you even talking about this stuff? Stick to classical. You don't know anything about anything else. Maybe not. That's probably true. But I know what I like, and I also think it's fun to talk about what I have accumulated, or what I consider to be part of a well-rounded record collection and joy in music more generally, because there is so much more music out there, and I enjoy so much more. So there you go. Keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.